Hello folks and welcome to The Spice Show. I'm Tony, your host and a self-confessed chilli addict. We'll be delving into all things chilli related here, from pod reviews, culinary delights, features on retailers, growers, fanatics, the lot. If it's chilli related, we'll cover it. On this episode, we're going over to the valleys to visit the lovely Irena Legierski from A Bit of a Pickle. She's going to knock something up for us. Her products are simply stunning and full of flavour, and she'll show us just how easy it is to knock up a pickle. So I'm here with the lovely Irena Legierski, also known as Ray. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Ray. My company is A Bit of a Pickle. I'm a wife to one, I'm a mother to two, and making preserves is my business. I do what I love and love what I do.
So what do you hope to achieve with all this?
Well, I want to promote more homegrown things going into our products with no chemicals, no pesticides. Commercial products are just so full of additives and things that are just not good for you. So homegrown, going into things, that's where I see things going.
So what can we expect next from you then, Irena?
Well, I'm hoping to get more into the allotment side of things and get people growing stuff specifically to go into my products. I already grow quite a range of items which go into my products. I use runner beans to go into my own chutneys, I use mints, there's chilies, and if I don't grow them, then surely somebody local can grow them and supply them for me. Also hoping to get more into the chili events and the chili community, where I see that's where I could really slot in.
So tell us about your setup then.
Well, I'm really fortunate that I'm able to work from home. I've got a lovely big kitchen which allows me to do everything. My kids are young enough, they're still at school, so I'm able to get everything done while I'm at home. I've got access to the back garden as well, where I do a lot of growing. But today I'm going to show you how to do a really easy spiced tomato, apple and chilli chutney. But let's get down to it. So we've got our ingredients here. So it's 2 kilos of tomatoes, there'll be 400 grams of apples, 400 grams of onions, 400 grams of sugar, 400 mils of cider vinegar, and then 2 teaspoons each of ground ginger, coriander seeds, sea salt and yellow mustard seeds, and the special ingredient there, which is 2 chilies. These ones are habanero chili, so it will have a little bit of a kick to it. But further ado, join me back in a moment where I'll have everything chopped up and we'll have it into the pot ready to go for you. Okay, so we're all chopped up and ready to go. So here you have the tomatoes, the apples and all the onions in there. Those 2 chilies that we saw earlier on, they were actually dry chilies, but I've just chopped them up and they will rehydrate once they're cooking. So let's just pop those into the pan, like so. And then just all the other ingredients, just pop them in. The vinegar going in, and all of our spices. Like so. Really important that you're using clean utensils, so we just had these soaking in some boiling hot water. Give it a stir, like so, and get it on to the stove. So over we go. Pop the light on so we can see what we're doing. So what we need to do is just get that to a rolling boil and come back later on and we'll see how we're doing. So we've now got our chutney at boiling point, so we just need to turn it down to a simmer, like so. And as you'll see, it's all very liquidy at the moment. But after about an hour or so, most of that liquid will have evaporated off and it'll be all nice thick and a chutney consistency. Make sure you remember to give a stir every 10 minutes or so. Chutneys have a tendency to catch on the bottom of the pan and burn. But in the meantime, let's get some jars sterilised so we've got something to put our chutney into later. I use my oven, about 125 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. Other people use a pot of boiling hot water. But let's get them in the oven and get them sterilised, ready to go. Right, we'll see you back in a minute. I'm going to finish my brew. Right, okay, let's have a little look at this then. What we need is a thickened consistency there. What we ideally want is to drag the spoon through and just to be able to see the bottom of the pan, which I can do there. And that's the type of consistency that we're looking for. It may still look a little bit on the watery side, but don't worry, once it's all potted up it will thicken once it's cooled. Right, so we'll get that turned off. Let's get our jars out of the oven, because remember we still need them to be hot. The reason they need to be hot is you're pouring hot chutney into the jars, so we don't want them to crack. So let's bring it over. Right, now it's actually reduced just over 50%, and it's been simmering away for just over an hour or so. So what you need is ideally a jam funnel, which you can pick up in most sort of homeware type shops. And all we're going to do now is just spoon it into the jars, like so. Grab yourself a spoon, just push it down a little bit just to try and get rid of any air pockets. Any air in there will just increase the risk of it spoiling later on. Let's cut that up a little bit. Like so. We'll just carry on like this until they're all full, and we'll just dab that down again, just getting rid of any of those air pockets. Just top that up a little bit, like so. And then we'll get, you need to put the lids on them as quick as you can, because that is boiling hot there. So what that will do is that will create a seal to go with it. And there you are, guys. In total, I have filled 10.5 8 fluid ounce jars. It makes about 2 litres of product at the very end. If you can, leave it for at least a month to mature, and all of those flavours will mingle together. At the moment, you're probably just going to find it quite vinegary. But also one thing to add as well, there are mustard seeds in this recipe, so that is an allergen, so just be careful for anyone that does have a mustard allergen. And there you have it, spiced tomato and apple chutney. If you've forgotten all the ingredients, don't worry guys, I'll get the recipe onto the Facebook group later on. Enjoy.
Wow, Irena, it is truly amazing stuff, and I'm honoured to have had the privilege of trying it. The flavour just blew me away. It's not hot, just stacked with flavour and great quality ingredients. Well, thanks for watching, folks, and until the next episode, please remember, if it ain't spice, it ain't nice. Bye-bye.